Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-anjana-salakaya Chakkhurunimilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Jana Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Shri Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Litam Shri Visakham Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Mancha Kalpataruvasya Kurpa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paśyata Desha Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today's topics of discussion is how to conquer the Maya, the insurmountable illusory energy of the Lord. So today with very nice verses, there's a discussion between Nimi Maharaj and Navajogendra. There's a very interesting discussion. So in that, Nimi Maharaj is asking that yathaitām aiśvarīṁ māyāṁ dustarām akṛtātmabhiḥ vidhi taranty añjaḥ sthūla-dhiyo maharṣa idam ucyatām. So very important question is asking King Nimi. O great sage, please explain how even a foolish materialistic can easily cross over the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord, which is always insurmountable for those who are not self-controlled. So it's a very important question because have been rotten and rotating in this material world on account of Maya. Maya means which is not reality. So we are accepting something which is not real, a reality. As a result, we have been suffering. That is the root cause of our suffering. Just like a patient is suffering and he is going to doctor. He's asking my doctor, hello doctor sir, doctor, this is my suffering. How can I get out? How can I cure from this disease? So doctor diagnose the symptoms. So similarly, every living entity is suffering in this material world. Every living entity. That is the evidence of that we are suffering in this material world, because the existence in the material world is a testimonial that we have been suffering. We are in a disease condition. Prabhupada used to say that this material world is called a hospital, and we all are diseased. And Krishna has created to cure us, to reform us, to cure us. So the thing is that therefore we should know that where we have got it, how we are contracted this disease, to address the symptoms, how we are contracted this disease, how we come into the Maya. This is the thing. Here it is, answer is given that we are contracted by the disease of Maya by our misuse of minute independence. The living entity by nature has minute independence to choose his own good or bad fortune. But when he forgets the Supreme Master, the personality of Godhead, he gives himself onto the modes of material nature. Maya is modes of material nature. Three kind of infection. Three kind of infection: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. All three are infection. As soon as we are contracted, we have misused our independence. We choose to be separate from the Lord. We have been contracted in this Maya, contracted the three infection, modes of material nature. And being influenced by the modes of material nature, he identifies himself with the body. For the interest of body, become attached to various activities. Now the very important point. Supposing I'm contracted with cough, cold. I'm contracted with a particular virus. We develop that disease. COVID, cough, cold, fever, meningitis. So different diseases. Similarly, we are contracted either mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance, or a combination and permutation and combination of this. It comes to like 8.4 million species of life. So according to our contraction, how we contracted the particular type of disease, we develop that disease. Similarly, we are contracted with among the 8 million species of life, we develop that body. Sometimes then we develop that body, or we get that body, then we become attached to various activities according to that body. I got a snake body. My snake activities is there. I'm a tiger body. I'm a lion body. I'm a human body. I'm a demigod body. So according to the body, we have already, the activities has been given. Activities has been given. Sometimes he's under the influence of mode of ignorance, sometimes mode of passion, sometimes mode of goodness. The living entity does get different type of body under the modes of material nature. How we are entrapped in the Maya, how we get different body. So we have so many. You can see that there are billions of people in the world, and everybody has got different body. You can see that the thumbprint of everyone is different. No one is equal. According to he is contracted, he is getting that body, developing that body. So this is how we entrapped by the Maya. Maya means which is not real. What actually the Maya is, it is say that when you are contracted, because after we turn away from the Lord, we are now captured by Maya. Just like after after one is contracted by a disease, he developed that disease. Contracted by a particular virus, he developed that disease. So what happened that it is stated actually what is really Maya? Maya means actually yaha samahita jivam atmanam trigunatmakam paropi manyate anartham tat kirtam cha vipadyate. You should understand what is Maya. So due to this external energy, the living entity, although the transcendental to three modes of material nature, think himself as a material product, thus undergoes a reaction of material nature. See, just like a patient, just like a person when contracted with a particular virus, he developed that disease. Is a cancer patient, is a COVID patient. His term is different. But actually, originally, he is not a patient. He is a healthy one. But somehow, circumstantially, he was contracted by particular virus and developed the disease. It's a temporary condition. But he is thinking because he is contracted, oh, I am a cancer patient. I am a COVID patient. Similarly, every one of us thinking that I am this body. I belong to this family. This is my country. This is my community. This is my society. I am male, I am female, I am engineer, I am doctor. They are designated. I am thinking that I am the material product, I am this body. And I am acting on that platform, on that understanding that I am snake, I am tiger, I am cat, I am human being, identified by the body. I am a dog. Sometimes the Mayavadis say that I am God. They act in that capacity, in that designation, they fall down. So everybody is now designated under the influence of Maya. I'm cancer patient, I'm COVID patient, I'm meningitis patient. So designated, but actually they are not, because of Maya is covering. So we are doing various activity on that wrong foundations, wrong understanding, wrong identity. As a result, we have been caught by the wheelful of reaction. Then we get the reaction. In this way, we have been caught in the cycle of birth and death, cycle of birth and death. This is how Maya always works. So it is stated in this beautiful verses how it was. He said that Krishna bhuli sei jiva anadi bahirmukha ateva maya tare de sansara dukkha. The forgetting Krishna, the living entity has been attracted by the external energy, feature from the time memorial, external feature from time memorial. Therefore, the illusory energy Maya gives him all kind of misery in his material existence. Material existence is not so easy. This is the Maya function. I will come to later that why the material existence, what is wrong in this material existence. So first of all, let us know how the Maya is working. So how, because of we misidentified ourselves, reality temporary as reality. Therefore, we have been, Maya is giving us all kind of miserable conditions. Because material existence is essentially suffering. Before we come to that point, we should know that the function of Maya, the two function of Maya. So what Maya will do, technicality, these are technicality of how Maya is capturing us and what is doing. So what happened, the Maya is so expert, so adroit in covering our knowledge that we think that I am tiger, I am human being, I am Mr. Such and such, I am Bond, James Bond, I am Gates, Bill Gates, I am Musk, Elon Musk, I am Trump, Donald Trump, my American president, I am Mr. Modi. So this is our designated, we are designated. The living entity, whatever the species of life he appears, find a particular type of satisfaction in that species. He's never averse to being situated in such a condition. Because everybody is so much covered that he doesn't think that, oh, my condition is good. I am tiger, I am happy. They do not think that who am I, reality. They're covered, their reality is covered. Everybody's reality is covered. Everybody is designated in this material world. Maya samohit, Maya samohitam, the Maya covered us. Therefore, two functions of Maya is that avaratmika and prakhyatmika. Avaratmika means covering our knowledge. We do not know. He's cover our knowledge that I am the spirit soul. I am not this body. Just like a patient, I am not a cancer patient. I am healthy one, but somehow I am contracted by disease temporarily. When I am cured, I am in a living state. This is my not permanently I am a cancer disease. I am born cancer disease. No. So this is called avaratmika, covering. Prakhyatmika means pulling down. If anybody wants to get out also, Maya is pulling down. No, you are meant just like a criminal. A criminal want to get out from the jail superintendent will come out. Oh, you want to get out from the jail? No. There is a proper process, you cannot sneak out. It's like a jail. No, they're keeping you. Stay here. Don't go. You cannot go out. That's why the Durga Devi is the superintendent, Maya superintendent. Durga Devi is having Trishul. It's not a fancy weapon. Trishul means Adhyatmik, Adidaivik, Adibhautik. He is giving us pain. Therefore, material existence is essentially painful. He is giving the pain. What kind of pain? Pain by body and mind. Pain by others. Pain by painful condition by the demigods, calamities, higher authority. So therefore, material existence is essentially suffering. Somebody may say that, what is wrong in material existence? Okay, we are in the Maya, so what? No. As long as we are under the influence of Maya, we have to suffer it. Jail is not a place of free accommodation and free fooding. It's meant for reformation through the punishment. Punishment is there. Therefore, it's essentially is a place of very much painful. It is stated that in next verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking that to Sanatana Goswami, Kabu Sorge Uthaye, Kabu Narake Dubaye, Dandya Jane Raja Jena Nandita Chubaye. So in the material condition, living entities sometimes raise to higher planetary system, material prosperity, sometimes drown in a hellish situation. His state is exactly like a criminal whom a king punishes by submerging in water and then raising him again from the water. So we are thinking that, oh, I am in a very good condition. I am a rich person. I am a beautiful, handsome person. I am very prosperous. I am very prince. So I am happy. No. It's illusory. Sometimes those days the criminal has to be punished by the process of taking the criminal to the river and putting his head down inside the water. When he's suffocating, he's getting up. And when he's suffocating, then his head was raised above the water so that he got some relief. That relief, we are thinking that I'm happy. We are inherently we are inherently get pain. Essentially, it's a painful condition, fearful condition, because as soon as we turn away, when the living entity is attracted by the material energy, means Maya, which is separated from Krishna, he is overpowered by fear. That is the intrinsic nature of material existence. We are fearful. What will happen next? Sada samudigna bhav. There is a beautiful verses quoted in this regard by Prahlad Maharaj. Sada samudigna. Everybody is anxiety. Donald Trump is anxiety. Riksha Puller is anxiety. Ambani is anxiety. Elon Musk is anxiety. Everybody is anxiety. From president to small ant. This is the nature of this is the nature of material existence. Essential characteristic. What is that? Sri Prahlad Maharaj say, Tas sadhumanya asurya varadehinam sada samudigna diham asadagrahat. Sada samudigna, always anxiety, everyone. Hitvatma patham grihamandakupam vanam gatayad harimasrayate. A very, very important verse. Prabhupada very frequently quote this verse. He said that Prahlad Maharaj replied, O best of the Asura, the king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body, temporary household, is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up this position, go to the forest, Vana. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavan where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, to thus take shelter of Supreme Lord. So this is the Maya. Essentially, this Maya or material existence means is painful condition. Sada samudigna, always fear, always anxiety, because we have accepting something temporary thing as a reality. That is called Maya, means Maya not. This is not Maya means. This is not the reality. But we are embracing, we are accepting the temporary body, temporary household life as a permanent. I am this person, I am president, I am prime minister, I am this, I am that, I am engineer, I am doctor. We are designated. Therefore, we are embarrassed by the anxiety. How? Because we are fall into this, compared to is tantamount, or is compared to falling into a dark well where there is no water, only suffering. How a precarious condition is. Supposing somebody has fallen in a dark well where there is no water and only suffering. We cannot even rescue. We cannot be rescued because nobody will hear us. Dark well, no water. We shout also, nobody hear. Nobody see us. It's a very precarious condition. So material existence is essentially a very, very precarious condition. Sada samudigna bhav. It is more explained in many verses. Many verses in this. What is the real reality of material existence? What is material existence essentially means? So under the influence of Maya, we are very much in a very precarious condition. So here it is said that that in this verse there's a beautiful 3 verses has been quoted. He says that, my dear Lord, for one who is being cruelly born in the blazing fire of material existence, having fallen into the network of material existence, I do not see any possible shelter beside your lotus feet. So here say that cruelly born in the blazing fire of material. Sansara dava nalani the loko. Sansara, the material world, is like a compared to blazing fire. Blazing fire, just like a blazing fire, is very difficult to extinguish. Very difficult to extinguish. So therefore, it's very difficult to come out from this Maya. Therefore, it is said that material existence is like an ocean that is extremely difficult to cross. The conditions will have fallen into this ocean, which is not cool, but rather burns them in a fire of misery. Ocean means nicely you are surfing, nicely you are swimming. No, this ocean of material existence is like a ocean that is burning. That means we are put into a blazing fire of miseries, one after one, one after one. And the dispense of Prabhupada used to say, at the dispense of material nature, nobody can have a fun and frolic, rest and relax. Nobody can be happy. Because the intrinsic, the inherent nature is to give problem. It's called concomitant factor, to give problem. Material existence essentially means suffering. Adhyatmic, adidaivic, adibhautik. There's other suffering like, what do you say, janma, murtu, jara, vyadhi, birth, death, disease, old age. These are the suffering. Nobody wants suffering, but it automatically comes because it's intrinsic nature. Therefore, material world means dukkhalayam asaswatam. Krishna has certified, the Creator has certified that it is a place of misery and temporary also. You try to get out, try to struggle for existence. Still, how long we can struggle? Everybody is struggling for existence. From President Trump to keep his presidency, to an aunt to find his livelihood, or to a rickshaw puller, a poor man. Everybody is struggling for existence, but nobody exists. Because our existence in a very non-existential platform, asadagrahat, non-existential atmosphere. We are spirit soul. Somehow we are encaged in this material body. We are entangled, imprisoned in this material body. As a result, we are suffering. We are misidentify, I am the body, so we are suffering. Just like somebody is misidentify, oh, this is my car. When car got accident, he is getting pain. We are similarly, we are misidentify. Therefore, we are suffering. Therefore, it is said that this is very, very suffering place. Very, very suffering place, this material world. There's a beautiful verses in this regard. You say that this is spoken by the Sanat Kumar to Prithu Maharaj. The ocean of nescience is very difficult to cross because it is infested with many dangerous sharks. Although those who are non-devotee undergo severe austerity penance to cross that ocean, we recommend that you simply take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are like boats for crossing the ocean. Although the ocean is difficult to cross, by taking shelter of his lotus feet, you will overcome all the dangers. Solution also given, problem also given. Problem is very, very difficult. The dangerous shark is there. Anytime the death comes, takes away all the things. Our so-called dream will be crushed. So-called dream, mogo asa, mogo karma, mogo jnana vichetisa. All our so-called themes will be defeated, baffled by the insult at the dispense of material nature. Because material nature will not make you, will unsettle you. His whole idea to give us punishment. Just like a jail. What is the jail means for? It's not for only just rehabilitation, reformation, but punishment. So therefore, this material existence is a punishment, is a very painful condition, excruciatingly painful condition. And we do not know that, we are ignorant. We are thinking I am happy. Every species, as I told you one verses, say that every species of life thinking I am happy. The dog is thinking I am happy. The pig who is hog and pig who eats stools, they are thinking I am happy. I am eating very nice prasadam, nice food. One time in this regard, Prabhupada has spoken one very nice story. Indra was being cursed. There's a very nice story Prabhupada say. Indra was cursed to become a hog or pig. So he is thinking that I am happy. Because, so here it is Prabhupada say that, it is said that once Indra, the king of heaven, was cursed by the spiritual master Brihaspati on account of his misbehavior. He became a hog on this planet. After many days, when the Brahma wanted to recall him to his heavenly kingdom, Indra, in the form of a hog, forgot everything of his royal position of heavenly kingdom. And he refused to go back. This is the spell of Maya. See how Maya is covering. Indra, the king of heaven, he was cursed, and Brahma is recalling him. Okay, your punishment is finished. Let's go back. No, no, no. I'm happy. I'm a hog. My children, my kingdom, my all the things, my food, stools are there. How can I go? Even Indra forget his heavenly standard of life and is satisfied with standard of hog's life. By the influence of Maya, the conditioned soul become affectionate towards particular body that if he is offered. If he is offered, give up this body, immediately he will have a king's body. He will not agree. This attachment strongly affects all conditioned living entity. Lord Krishna is personally canvassing, give up everything in the material world. Come to me, I shall give you all protection. But we are not agreeable. We think we are quite all right. Why should he surrender unto Krishna and go back to his kingdom? This is called illusion of Maya. Everyone is satisfied with his standard of living, however abominable it may be. That is called Maya. Everybody thinking I'm happy. I don't want. I am very fine. All right. If you go to hospital, ask a patient, how are you? I'm good. I'm cool. What cool you are? You are in hospital. So this is the spell of Maya. We are suffering. So there's a necessity of going back to God. The necessity, the intelligent people, they do not want to be suffered. Nobody wants to suffer. A sane man, intelligent person, they want to get out. That is the wise people. Wise people do not want. Tasyeveheta praiteta kovida. Those are wise people, they do not want to get. They want to get out from this. He stated in many verses that those are intelligent people. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is an entitlement of the intelligent class of people. It is stated in this verse, a wise person, knowing that although the material body is subject to death, it can still avoid perfection of one's life, should not foolishly neglect to take advantages of this opportunity before death arrives. That is wise person. Asitim chaturāścaiva lakṣana. So they know that I have been rotating according to my due to influence of Maya. Let me get out. That is wise, intelligent person, not the fools. Fools, they do not even know that they are suffering. This is a wise person, how he want to get out. On the other hand, the fools, they do not want to get out from this Maya, clutches of Maya. Due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his real self-interest, the auspicious path in life. He is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desire. And all his plans are made for this purpose, for temporary sense gratification. Such a person creates a society of envy. Due to this mentality, he plunges into ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about it. They do not know. Actually, in general, that when you turn away from the Lord, we are now captured by Maya. And now everybody is affected by this Maya. And many people do not know. Those who are wise person, they know they want to get out. Fools, they do not know. Because this is a very, very natural position. By birth, we are so much, we say that simply by material birth, human being become attached within their mind to personal sense gratification, long duration of life, sense activity, bodily strength, sexual potency, friends, family. These minds are observed in what defeat their actual self. By birth we have been covered by this Maya. Material existence means by birth we have been covered, because we have chosen by misusing the independence, minute independence, turn away from the Lord and separately want to enjoy. That is, separate enjoyment is not possible. This is not our normal condition. Our normal condition should enjoyment with Lord. Jivera Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. We are Mamayansa Jiva Loko Jiva Bhutta Sanat. They do not know that. So by birth only we have been so much covered. We are so much inclined to this enjoyment. We have forgotten the Lord. We have forgotten, we do not know even. And so much attached to all these things. I'm thinking I am body and bodily things. So that we do not know bodily strength, everything body, we do not know that we are the spirit soul. This is the covering of mind. Nate viddusata gatimi Vishnu. It's so much covered, we do not know our self-interest. So now the thing is that how to get out from this entanglement. Now we have been learning that how we have been put by the Maya, and how Maya is giving us so much painful condition. So now how to get out from this Maya? Because this Maya is so strong, it is, Krishna also spoke that, Krishna also say that, that Daivayisa guna mai mama maya durataya maam evoya prapadyate mayam etam taranty. Divine energy of Maya consisting of three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. Those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross me. Very difficult, formidable. As we have already told, this very formidable, so much dangerous shark, the blazing fire is full of fear, full of anxieties. Very difficult to cross. Only solution is we have to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of God. There is no other chance. We cannot cross Maya. It's very difficult. It is stated in another verses, very difficult it is. Say that, dear Lord, unless one worships the lotus feet of great devotee, one will be conquered by the illusory energy, and his intelligence will be bewildered. Indeed, who has not been carried away by the waves of material enjoyment, which are like poison, your illusory energy is unconquerable. No one can see the path of this material energy or tell how it is working. So, this material enjoyment, this illusion that I am this dog, I am the hog, let me enjoy. Let me eat stools, let me have sex, let me have so many abominable things, and I'm happy. As long as we are thinking like this, being captivated by Maya, then we are doomed to failure. We cannot get out. It's unconquerable. It is unconquerable. So therefore, our whole purpose of life is to get out. There's a necessity. It's not an option. Oh, you do whatever you like. No. There's a repercussion. There's a consequence, the gargantuan consequence. The repercussion is there. That if you go through all this process of Maya, you don't care what is the necessity of coming out, then we have to suffer. Birth after birth. Repeated birth and birth. Therefore, one should get out from this material existence. It is stated, it is stated in this verse by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that this solution, if the conditioned soul become Krishna consciousness by the mercy of saintly person who voluntarily free spiritual injunction, help him to become Krishna consciousness. Conditioned soul is liberated from the clutches of Maya, who gives him up. That is very important point. So unless, see, it is stated by the Nimi Maharaj. Nimi Maharaj, when asking the answer has been given also. See, Prabhupada, the one of the Navajogendra, he said that accepting the roles of male and female in human society, the conditions will unite in sexual relationship. So they constantly make their material endeavor to eliminate their unhappiness, unlimitedly increasing their pleasure. But one should see that they inevitably achieve exactly the opposite result. In other words, their happiness inevitably vanishes. As they grow older, their material discomfort increases. So all the living entities, they've turned away from the law to enjoy, to exploit this material world. For the sense enjoyment, Krishna bhuliya jivo bhogovancha kare. Bhogovancha, you want to separately enjoy the senses, the material world. That time, he was put in such a condition. He was covered by the Maya. And under the influence of Maya, he was thinking that I'm enjoying. I'm happy. He wants to be happy by such an enjoyment. But that enjoyment is temporary, illusory, temporary. Maya sukhaya bharam. It's Maya sukha. It's not real sukha. Temporary sukha. Just like sex life is called the adi rasa, the highest happiness in the material world. But it is an itching sensation. That's just you have itching. You itch, you like, oh, very nice. But you see that how your things, you have already blood, taking out your blood. You know, this is stated in this verse. How much miserable condition. Even the highest rasa is very miserable in this material world. Ye and maithanadi grahamedi sukhami tucham, insignificant happiness. Kandunena karo ya dukkha dukkham tripyanti neha kirpanam bahu dukkha bhajo kandvitam manusijam visayata dhiraha. So sex life is compared to the rubbing of two hands to relieve an itch. Grahamedi, so-called grihastha, who have no spiritual knowledge, think that this itching is the greatest platform of happiness. They are thinking the greatest. Although actually it is a source of distress. So much entanglement. For this little bit of a satisfaction, we have to create a lot of things. We have the children, we have the so much family maintenance, so much you are entangled in complexity. And you want to more indiscriminately do, you will have so much problem. You will die soon, HIV and so much AIDS. So how problematic this? The Kirpana fools who are just opposite to Brahmana are not satisfied by repeated sensuous enjoyment. Those who are Dhira, however, who are sober, who tolerate this itching, are not subject to the suffering of fools and rascals. Those who are thinking that it is Maya Sukham is good, they should know that it is suffering. Bhav dukkha dukkha vaja. So much suffering, repercussion is very gargantuan and grave. But the sober person is not subject to the suffering like fools and rascals. They tolerate the itching. Because you know that I am covered by Maya. Just like a patient. Patient has an inclination, his disease condition. Doctor said, don't do that. If you eat, supposing a person, a liver patient. Liver patient, doctor prescribed that if you drink or smoke, you will have problem. You will die. With sober person, he knows that the repercussion is very, consequence is very grave. He restrain himself. Tolerate this itching. But the fools, oh, they do not want. They don't care. If you inform them, sir, the Maya is problematic. We are captivated Maya. You want to enjoy, but the repercussion, no, I don't care. Who is God? Who is Maya? What is Bhagavad Gita? What is the instruction? I don't care. I want to enjoy. Nyunnam pramata kurute vikrama. For them is that their aim is sense gratification. Nyunnam pramata kurute vikrama yad indriya priti aparnati. Yad indriya pritaya aparnati na sadhumanya atmanayam asonapi klesa dasa sadeha. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living. These people are mad. They do not care. Engage in all kinds of sinful activities. He does not know due to his past misdeed, he has already received a body, which although temporary is cause of his misery. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it is not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activity of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material body one after another. Because you want sense gratification, spiritual body is meant for the satisfaction of the Lord. That is our constitutional spiritual body. But when you want to misuse our independence, we desire to be enjoyed separately, we have got the separate material body. Sir, you go this material body, you enjoy and you suffer. And we are suffering. In this way, we perpetually get material body. This is temporary. Body has been given to us for enjoyment and we are suffering for that purpose. As long as we understand that we are not this material body, our constitutional position is to serve the Lord. That is real enjoyment. That is reality. That is unexhausted happiness. Just like a finger, when he's serving the body, he is happy. He is taking a rasgulla, putting in the mouth, he is happy. He is nourished. If he want to separately enjoy, he cannot enjoy. That is foolishness. That is artificial. That is not reality. That is Maya, illusion. So our real happiness is to engage in the service of the Lord. Just a crude example is given. And wife is enjoyed, but at the same time he is also enjoying. By serving the Lord also we get enjoy. We are part and parcel. Just like you pour the water on the root, every tripanti means every branches, kanda upasaka, they also get nourished. Similarly, by engaging in the service of the Lord, one can get. Otherwise, if you serve the material things, then we cannot. This is the problem. The sense gratification, they want sense gratification. They want to enjoy separately. They're thinking that I am the body, my wife, my children, my society, my community. In this way, they expand me and mine platform. And they want to sense gratify more and more, expand their sense gratification. As a result, they are more and more entangled in its complexity. By accepting different body, perpetually get material body one another, then perpetually suffering. A perpetual suffering is there. Therefore, it is not at all good. Therefore, Prabhupada say that, oh, you are trying to be happy by this material body, with enjoying family, all the things, sex life and all. No, you cannot. You cannot be happy perpetually. It is a temporary. And some people want to happy by wealth. Money is honey. Money. Greater than sunshine, brighter than sunshine. And wealth is a perpetual source of distress. It is most difficult to acquire. It is virtual death for the soul. Therefore, what satisfaction does they actually gain from the wealth? Similarly, how can one enjoy any genuine happiness from those things that are gained or maintained by one's hard-earned money? Such home, children, relative, domestic animals, since they are all temporary. This is called Maya. We are after searching after all the things. We are being entangled. We are thinking that this is the aim of life. This is my duty. This is my goal. This is my purpose. How Maya is covering us. What happiness we will get? This is not happy. This is illusory. Maya sukha, temporary, illusory happiness, is impregnated with grave and gargantuan punishment, repercussion, reaction. We are thinking if I earn money, I can maintain my relatives, temporary. We can maintain my children, relative, domestic animal, but they are all temporary. Prahlad Maharaj also said very nice about different verses in this regard. What is the use of this money? It is temporary. Your body is temporary. What to speak out paraphernalia of the body? All is temporary. This is called Maya. And Prabhupada continued that one cannot find permanent happiness even on the heavenly planet, which one can attain in the next life by ritualistic ceremony sacrifice. If you go through the Karmakanda section, is there, Veda has got 3 sections. One is Karmakanda section, Jnana section, and Upasana section. If Karmakanda section is given the particular method, process, we can elevate to the heavenly planet. And they have a deluxe happiness. But again, deluxe version of sense gratification. Deluxe edition of sense gratification, more sense gratification. Meneka, Rambha, so beautiful. But they are also disturbed by rivalry with equal and envy of those superior to him. Since one's residence in heaven is finished with the exhaustion of the result of one past fruitive activities, the denizens of heaven are afflicted by fear, anticipating destruction of their heavenly life. They also fear. They also rivalry. So therefore, the so-called material existence is not good. So-called captured by the Maya and pursuing the sense gratification process is not befitting, not worth, because it's very temporary. The Maya Sukha means temporary Sukha. Therefore, only process is that one should take shelter of the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna says, Mama Maya Durata. But Maam evo jo prapanjante māyāṁ taranty. You want to cross, Krishna says, given a solution. We have to find a solution, just like a wise person. He want to get a solution, how to get out. Wise patient, he want to cure, whether it's a cancer or COVID. So therefore, intelligent class of people, they should think that how to get out from this. They are not entangled with heavenly life, sex life, money, all the things. Tasyeva prayateta kovida. Prabhupada used to quote this verse. He said that Tasyeva prayateta kovida. That those who are intelligent class of people, person who are actually intelligent, philosophically inclined, should endeavor only for that purposeful, which is not obtainable even by wandering from topmost planet, Brahmaloka, down to lowest planet, Atala. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in course of time obtain misery, even though we do not desire. So they do not want that. They understood that this so-called happiness, for the so-called sense enjoyment, sense happiness, we have turned away from the Lord. We are captivated by Maya, by the glamour of Maya. But intelligent class of people, they do not know. They do not want that. Because the happiness and all, they will come automatically. The sadness, miserable according to our karma. So they do not want endeavor for more happiness. Understanding that even the Brahma Loka to earn, this is all temporary. Because everybody has to be destroyed. Everything so-called happiness is going to be destroyed. We cannot maintain the status quo, howsoever sophisticated environment or howsoever exalted position we may acquire. We may be Brahma, but Krishna say, Bhagavad Gita, Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartina. Even Brahma also subject to that. What to speak about ordinary human? Therefore, the intelligent people, they do not want to waste time for this endeavor of enjoyment. They want to get out. The only way to get out, when we take shelter of the Lord. Otherwise, we cannot. Krishna say also, Sarva dharman parityadam mam ekam saranam vada. Tum sarva papebhyo mokhyasami. You want to get out from the Maya? You surrender to me, Krishna say. But the surrendering process is not easy. We cannot directly approach the Krishna. So there has to be bhaya media through someone, through the devotees, through his representative. We cannot directly you can not get out. it is stated in this verse by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we cannot directly get out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that sadhu shastra krupya jadi krishna mukha hoy, we have to take shelter of sadhu shastra in order to approach lotus feet of Krishna. We cannot directly approach Krishna's lotus feet. That is not possible. If the conditioned soul become Krishna consciousness by the mercy of saintly person, we cannot approach lotus feet of Krishna. We cannot surrender to Krishna to get out of Maya directly. Only by the mercy of saintly person who voluntarily pre-spiritual injunction help him to become Krishna consciousness. The conditioned soul is liberated from the clutches of Maya, who gives him up. Very, very important. Sadhu, Shastra, Guru, saintly, devotees is very important. See, Prabhupada writing very nice that a conditioned soul is one who has forgotten Krishna as his eternal master. Maya means forgetfulness of Krishna with the eternal master. Thinking that he is enjoying material world, the conditioned soul suffers the threefold of misery of material existence. Saintly person, sadhu, Vaishnava, devotee of the Lord. What is the threefold? Adhyatmic, adibhautik, adidaivic. The saintly person, Vaishnava, devotee of the Lord, preach Krishna consciousness on the basis of Vedic literature. It is only by their mercy that conditioned soul is awakened to Krishna consciousness. When awakened, he is no longer eager to enjoy the materialistic way of life. Instead, he devotes himself to the loving transcendental service of the Lord. When one engages in the Lord devotional service, he becomes detached from material enjoyment. Bhakti paresanubhava viraktir anyatra chaisya trika eka kalaha. So this is the test by which one can tell whether he is advancing in devotional service. One must be detached from the material enjoyment. That is the sign of our advancement, that we are properly situated, properly taking the medicine, and medicine is working. Such detachment means that Maya has actually given the conditioned soul liberation from the illusory enjoyment. When one is advanced in Krishna consciousness, he does not consider himself as good as Krishna. Wherever he thinks he is the enjoyer of material advantages, he is imprisoned in the bodily conception. However, when he is freed from the bodily conception, he can engage in devotional service, which is his actual position. Freedom from the clutches of Maya is also explained in Bhagavad Gita 7:14. Daivaisa gunamai mama maya durata. So this is the way how we can get out. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort. We cannot cure ourselves. We have to approach a doctor. But out of causeless mercy, Lord compiled the Vedic literature, is supplement in Purana. Because we should know Shastra, Sadhu. We have to approach a Sadhu. Sadhu will teach us the Shastra. So Prabhupada is writing, a conditioned soul is bewildered by Lord's illusory energy, māyāṁ. Maya's business is to keep conditioned soul forgetful of his real relationship with Krishna. So the living entity forget his real identity as the spirit soul, Brahman, and instead of realizing the factual position, think himself as a product of material nature. Aiśvarīṁ jivam. So we have already gone through this one. So this is the description of Maya action upon the conditioned soul. Thinking himself a product of material energy. Conditioned soul engage in the service of material energy in so many ways. He becomes the servant of the lust, anger, greed, envy. In this way, one totally becomes a servant of illusory energy. Later, bewildered soul becomes a servant of mental speculation. But in any case, is simply covered by the illusory energy. Out of his causeless mercy and compassion, Krishna has compiled various Vedic literature in his incarnation as Vasudev. Vasudev is Shaktavesh avatar of Lord Krishna. He has very kindly presented this literature to awakening the conditioned soul to his senses. Unfortunately, at the present moment, the conditioned soul are guided by demons who do not care to read the Vedic literature. Although there is an immense treasure house of knowledge, people are engaged in reading useless literature that will give them no information on how to get out of the clutches of Maya. Purpose of Vedic literature is explained in this following verses. See, very nice verse. The forgetful conditioned soul is educated by Krishna through the Vedic literature, the realized spiritual master, the super soul. Through this, he can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is. He can understand that Lord Krishna is his eternal master, deliverer from the clutches of Maya. In this way, one can acquire the real knowledge of his conditioned life, can come to understand how to attain liberation. See how it is important to approach a guru, sadhu, shastra, and guru. Being forgetful of his real position, conditioned soul may take help from shastra, guru, the super soul within the heart. Krishna is situated within everyone's heart as the super soul. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara sarvabhutanam udesya tishtati, brahmayan sarvabhutani jantra rudhani māyāṁ. Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, Arjuna, directing the wandering of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of material energy. As Saktavesh avatar, Vasudev, Krishna teaches the conditioned soul through the Vedic literature. Krishna eternally appears as spiritual master, train the conditioned to come to Krishna consciousness. When his original Krishna consciousness is revived, the conditioned soul is delivered from the material clutches. Thus, the conditioned soul is always held by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in three ways: by scripture, by spiritual master, by super soul within the heart. Lord is delivered of the conditioned soul, is accepted as the Supreme Lord of all living men. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityāja māyāṁ ekam saranam. So sadhu, shastra, guru is very, very important. Act as a representative of the Krishna. And the Krishna consciousness movement is also taking place all over the universe. Whoever take advantages of this opportunity become liberated. The sadhu, shastra, guru. So sadhu, shastra is important, saintly person. Guru is the representative of Krishna, externally, internally. So therefore, without them, we cannot get out. We cannot directly approach. Krishna also say in Bharapurana, those who think that I am a direct devotee, is not my direct devotee, devotee of my devotee. So this verse also there. Sorry, Madhya. He say that yam bhakta jana parthanami bhaktaschate jana madbhaktanam joye bhakta tame bhaktatam. Lord Krishna told to Arjuna, those who are my direct devotee are actually not my devotee, but those who are devotee of my servant are factually my devotee. Therefore, one cannot go directly through the spiritual master, through the shastra, sadhu, guru. One can go to Krishna and get out from the Maya. Krishna also says many verses, my dear Uddhava, I am personally the ultimate shelter, way of life, saintly liberated person. Thus, if one does not engage in my loving devotional service, which is made possible by associating with my devotee, then for all practical purposes, one possesses no effective means for escaping from material existence. One cannot. No. For all practical purpose, no effective means for escaping from the material existence. कृष्णा से तुम्हारा कृष्णा दिते पार तुम्हारा सकती अच्छी आमी तो कंगाल कृष्णा कृष्णा बोली धाई तब भक्ति विनोद say that Krishna is yours property, your possession. We cannot approach Krishna directly. We should go through the devotee. Krishna also says tadvidi pranipatena paripresena sevoya upadekyanti jnanam jnaninam tatudarshana. We should go through a devotee of the Lord. Bona fide devotee, representative of the Lord. There is also a symptoms of bona fide devotee. They are not influenced by the modes of material nature. We should approach, sometimes they may say that how to realize how to understand who is the sadhu. Arjuna also asking, Krishna is giving 254, Arjuna is asking question. Krishna has given sadhu, symptoms of sadhu. Again he asks 1241. Again Krishna has, another subject also. Krishna has, Krishna also explaining the same thing. He is asking two times Arjuna. He is asking the two times this question. One is in this 254. Then another 1421 he is asking. The symptoms of realized soul. So we should not blindly follow somebody. Spiritual master means one should be very high position, who is not influenced by Maya, is above Maya. Just like Krishna is above Maya, they are above Maya. Otherwise, those who are bind, how can I bind? Those who are blind, how can I lead us? It's like a blind leading blind. Andha jata andhai. The so-called guru, nowadays everybody projecting, I am the spiritual master, I will take you back, I will make you to get out from material existence. They are all imposters. Andha jata andhai. Real bona fide devotees are, the influence of material nature cannot harm an enlightened soul, even though he engages in material activity, because he knows the truth of absolute. His mind is fixed on Supreme Personality. They are not carried away by the material nature. They are Mahabhagavat. The symptoms also given many times, many verses of Bhagavatam. Who is a Mahabhagavatam? First class devotee. The most advanced devotee can see within everything soul of soul, the Supreme Personality of God, Sri Krishna. Consequently, he sees systematically everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. Understand that everything that exists eternally is within the law. The symptoms is there. Nectar of instruction is say that who can be a spiritual master? Who can lead us? And the first verse he says, Bacho Begam, Manasa Begam, Bacho Begam, Manasa Krodha Begam, Jivha Begam, Udara Upasta Begam, Etan Bagam jo Visheshita Jira, Sarvam Apimam Prithivishta Sishyat. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demand, the action of anger, the urges of tongue, belly, genitals, is qualified to make disciple all over the world. This is called bona fide spiritual master, who has the control on all the things. So many times the symptoms has been given that how a bona fide spiritual master is above all the things. One who has taken exclusive shelter of Supreme Lord Vasudeva, become free from fruitive activity which are based on material loss. In fact, who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord is freed from even a desire to enjoy material senses gratification. Plans for enjoying sex life, social prestige, money cannot develop within this mind. Thus, he is considered Bhagavatama, a pure devotee of the Lord on the highest platform. This is the pure devotees. They cannot be infected by all this disease. What we are conditioned soul infected. So this is the same. We should not blindly approach. Although Shastra say we have to approach a sadhu, Shastra and Guru, but we should not blindly approach. We should know that who is what. We should have a discrimination. Guru Krishna Krupa Pava Bhakti Latabhi. Without Guru Krishna, we cannot. If we are sincere, then we can get a bona fide spiritual master. Because it is not in our hand particularly. We may not know that. But here it is said that according to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to upper planetary system. Some are going down into the lower planetary system. Out of many millions of wandering living entity, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna, not by our own effort. By the mercy of both Krishna and spiritual master, such a person receives seeds of the creeper of devotional service. So here Prabhupada is writing, that means the very nice thing that Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. If one desires something, Krishna fulfills one desire. If the living entity by chance or fortune comes in contact with Krishna consciousness movement, wishes to associate with that movement, Krishna, who is situated in everyone's hearts, gives him a chance to meet a bona fide spiritual man. This is called Guru Krishna Prasad. Krishna is prepared to bestow his mercy upon living entity. As soon as living entity desires the Lord mercy, Lord immediately gives him an opportunity to meet a bona fide spiritual master. As soon as living entity desires the Lord mercy, the Lord immediately gives him. We have to sincerely to desire. I want to go out. Then Krishna will send his, he wants to get out from the clutches. He gives them spiritual master. Therefore, the Prabhupada is giving salvation. You are trying to be happy under the clutches of Maya and you are suffering, but you do not know real salvation, real happiness. Tasmad gurum prapadyate jigyansu sre uttamam sabda parecha nisnatam brahmani upasamasana. Therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness means get out from this unhappiness Maya's platform, material platform. must seek a bona fide spiritual master. Take shelter of him by initiation. The qualification of bona fide guru is that he has realized the conclusion of scripture. That is another qualification. That a guru should not be seen. He has a beard, he has a saffron cloth. No. Last time there was a Kumbh Mela. So many impostors were arrested because they have a beard and they bought this too cheap saffron cloth, and they are projecting themselves as a sadhu. No, a sadhu should not be seen, should be heard. That is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says. So therefore, bona fide guru is that he has realized the conclusion of scripture by deliberation. He is able to convince others this conclusion. That is bona fide. He is realized, able to convince others. Such great personality who have taken shelter of Supreme Godhead, living aside all material consideration, should be understood to be a bona fide spiritual master. These are the qualifications. 11 to 50, 11, 3, 2. These are the important verses. Who is a bona fide spiritual master? In this way, we can get out from the clutches of Maya. So the Prabhudas, they are answering the question of Nimi Maharaj, how to get out, easily cross by taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, who will educate on Shastra, convince us, who is already convinced. Accepting the bona fide spiritual master is one's life and soul, worshipable deity. Disciples should learn from him the process of pure devotional service. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, the soul of all soul, is inclined to give himself to his pure devotee. Therefore, the disciples should learn from the spiritual master to serve the Lord without duplicity. In such a faithful and favorable way, Supreme Lord, being satisfied, will offer himself to the faithful disciple. A very nice verse. Answer given that. Bona fide spiritual master then engage in devotional service, then easily can attain Krishna. Krishna will give himself to the devotee. So how to associate also is giving, how the process of associating, how one should do when he is surrendered to spiritual master. So in this way, one can get out from the clutches of Maya. There is no other way. We have to approach this bona fide spiritual master, learn the Shastra, Sadhu, Shastra, Guru. Three things are very important. Therefore, it is said that Sadhu Sadhana, Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu is saintly person, sadhana is our scripture. We have to do the practice regulative principle based on scriptural injunction. Don't manufacture. No manufacturing. Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. Ye shastra vidyuschate bhattate kama kartaha. Na sukham na siddhim na paramagatam. You cannot get anything. Therefore, sadhu, sadhana based on shastra, and sadhana means devotional service. And based on Shastra, not sentimental. Sentimental is wrong. Utpadeva kalpate. Disturbances. Then sadhu, sadhana, and sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha means in association of devotee. In association of devotee, one should engage in sadhana under the guidance of spiritual master. Bona fide spiritual master, who is presenting us, who is teaching us, educating us based on the Shastra. In this way, we can get out from this, one can get out from these clutches of Maya. So this is the bona fide process, how to conquer, as given by Prabhupada in Navajogendra to Nimi, when Nimi Maharaj is asking how to easily cross over the insurmountable ocean of illusory energy. Maya is insurmountable, and he has given that. There is no process, no other process. Only process is, you want real happiness, means really you want to get out from the illusory happiness, which is based on the money, sex, heavenly life, not by process of surrendering to bona fide spiritual master, who directs us to engage in devotional service of the Supreme Lord. In this way, one can get out from the clutches of Maya. Otherwise, there is no possible. Impossible. Maya is impossible. He say that. We cannot cross. So there are so many verses in this regard also. One should always go through the Sadhu Shastra. So thank you very much. We stop here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Guru Premanande. Hari Hari. Jai